What's going on, y'all? Derek the Gator here, and I'm back with another video. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm always appreciative. I hope you had a good weekend. Uh, I can honestly say for me, the weekend was a blast. I didn't have to go to work. I have a little vacation thing going on. I'm kind of in the middle of right now. But I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you are taking care of yourselves and your loved ones. And once again, thank you for spending a little time with me tonight. Well, my birthday was actually last week as well. So hey, down in the comments, drop your boy say happy birthday down there. I appreciate it. Um, I had a good time. I spent the first half of the day just my wife and myself, and the second half of the day when the kids got out of school, we did our family thing. It was great. So my wife did give me a couple of cool birthday gifts. I may get to that in another video. But tonight's video, of course, is another unboxing. It's kind of basically a gift to myself. But there's a kind of a story behind it. You see, I've been in pursuit of a certain handheld for 2 years. For 2 years, I've been chasing this thing. And through the course of those 2 years, I can honestly say my interest for it has died. For one reason, it was so hard to get, and the another reason is, I found so many different ways to play these games that is for this that is compatible with this handheld. I'm pretty sure you already read the title, so you know what handheld I'm going to unbox here. I have it right here. I'm going to unbox this thing. I actually got this a day after my birthday, so it kind of worked out pretty cool. I ordered it a couple of weeks ago, and like I said, there's a story behind it, and I'm going to get to that as I'm unboxing it. I want to thank you for joining me, and without further ado, let's crack this thing open, and yeah, let's see what we got. Because there may be some of you who don't know exactly what this is. But like I say, it was hard to get. And, this company's business practices, I don't totally agree with. I can understand, getting consumers to really, really want your products. We already want your products. You don't have to, say you have limited quantities, which you may, don't get me wrong, you may have limited quantities, but your products sell out so freaking fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to go. I'm trying not to go into a rant about it, but you probably already figured out like what company I'm talking about. Now, my personal feelings about this company: they make amazing products when it comes to retro gaming, because that's mostly what they're all about. They want us to have new versions of the old consoles that we used to play growing up. I'm just gonna say who it is without showing you the product yet, showing you what's in this box yet. But that company's name is Analogue. Yes, I'm talking about Analogue. Another YouTuber going on an analog rant, right? I'm pretty sure you heard it. Millions of thousands of people talk about this company. And the product that I am unboxing is, look at this. This is crazy. I've never seen, look at that. I guess that's some kind of cushion. It's cardboard, but yeah, whatever. This, finally, a 2-year pursuit has come to an end, folks. This is the Analogue Pocket. Finally, Analogue Pocket. Wow. I remember when they first announced that they was making an Analogue Pocket. First of all, I do have some other analog products because, like I said, I love analog. I have an analog, what's called a Mega SG, which is basically their version of a Sega Genesis, and I have the analog Super Nintendo, I forgot exactly what it's called, Super NT, I think. They did come out with their own version of the NES. I don't have that because that was ridiculously hard to get a hold of, and they may have continued it. I'm not quite sure, but I'm not going to even bother with that because, like I say, getting things like this is dang near impossible. It's possible, but do you really want to go through the trouble of going to an analog website at a certain time of day? For example, this was they started putting this on their shop at 8 a.m. Pacific time. I'm not Pacific, I'm the opposite. So it was like 11 a.m. for me. And I had to work that day. Well, I worked that evening. So, around 11 a.m., I'm trying to take a nap and all that kind of stuff and, get myself together because I have to go to work at 2 p.m. But for some reason, that day I couldn't sleep. And it's not because of this. Because, like I said, I've been trying for 2 years to get this. This isn't the first version of this. The first version of the Analog Pocket, they had a black one and a white one. Just recently, I want to say early last month, or maybe late month before last, they came out with a glow-in-the-dark version of this, which I really, really wanted. I really wanted that. And I was trying to buy it from the online store. I put all my information in. I put it in the cart. It was in my cart, okay? As I was putting in my, card information and things like that, and I clicked to confirm my order, it was gone. It actually felt like somebody bought it out of my cart. How did I lose something that was in my cart? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to go on a rant about how I feel about Analog's business practices, but god dang it, man. I had the thing in my cart, and I'm thinking I'm home free. No. No, sucker. You ain't got nothing. You got nothing. So, surprisingly, a couple of weeks ago, Analogue came back and said, okay, we got another version of these Analog Pockets that we're making. I was not interested because I was so upset over the previous time I tried to get, well, just like I said, the glow-in-the-dark one, didn't get that. And I tried to get the first version, the black or white ones. I couldn't get those, so I was like, you know what, I'm over it, man. I'm not going to even bother trying to order these things. But like I said, for some reason, I couldn't sleep. And it wasn't because I was thinking about this. I was just lying in bed restless. And while I was lying in bed, I was on my phone. I said, you know what, let me just go ahead and go to the Analogue website to see what's going on and see if I actually have a chance of ordering this thing. So, once again, I went through the whole process of putting my information in, card information, all that kind of stuff. Got it in my cart, and I said, okay, well, here we go. It's going to vanish from my cart again, just like it has last time and time before that. And if it happens, you know what? Forget it. I'm done. I'm not trying anymore because, I understand that, things are high in demand, but and then here's the thing that really upset me. It was like, what? The glow-in-the-dark was like limit 2 per customer. We live in a world where scalpers are freaking rampant. You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me these things are hard to get, but there's a possibility that you can buy 2 of them? It should be limited 1 per customer, because that other product could be sold to somebody else. So now a scalper has a chance of buying 2 of these at the same time. Meanwhile, somebody else can't get it because you're letting customers buy it too. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, why would you do something like that? But, I ordered this thing while I was lying in bed, and it stayed in my cart. And I clicked to complete my order, and surprisingly, it said I was all set. My order was placed. So how does it feel to actually get my hands on this after a 2-year chase? 2 years it took me to get this. Now, being a collector if you are, you totally understand, I mean, this is the life of a collector, right? You you can get a hold of some things, you can't get a hold of some things. Sometimes you have to pay ridiculous amounts of money to get the things that you really want for your collection and all that kind of stuff. That's just the life we live as game collectors, right? But now that I finally got this after 2 years, I kind of feel like an episode. I want to say it was fan made. Most likely it was fan made. I don't know if it was real or not. An episode of the Roadrunner and Coyote. in this episode, I saw, like I said, it could be fan made or I don't know. The Coyote finally got the Roadrunner. Finally caught him. And you know what? He didn't eat him. He didn't. He had him. He had him in his hands like that, and he just looked at him, and he was like, "Hmm," and he just let him go. Now, I'm not saying I'm letting this go. I'm not saying that. Don't get it twisted. I'm not, but I'm just saying, like, after 2 years of chasing something, and this is something that I bought. This isn't something that I won, something that's given to me. This is something that I bought. So I don't feel like a winner. I feel like I just got lucky, and now I'm out of the money. But I got what I've been hunting. So it's not like I feel like I won anything. I don't feel that way. But yeah, I feel like, okay, finally got it. I wish I would have got it a long time ago. I would probably be bouncing off the walls right now, like, oh, we got it, finally, now got it. Oh yeah, I can play my Game Boy games, my Game Boy Color games. I can play my Game Boy Advance games. All on this. That's what this does, by the way. So let me go ahead and start opening this thing because I don't have much time. Thank you so much for listening to me, by the way, because I tend to get carried away, and you know, just ask my wife. Sometimes once I start talking, I don't stop. So let me go ahead and start to unbox this thing. But what this is, as you see, Analog Pocket, is basically this company, Analogue. You have options, right? You have so many options of playing retro games. You can, which most of us do, and it's kind of frowned upon by many. You can, ROM dump. You can play your retro games through emulation, which I do. I have no problem with it. The way I feel, hey, as long as you're playing the games you used to love growing up and you found a way to play it, have fun. I don't care. Some people, they get all bent out of shape because they're like, oh, you play through emulation? You're trash. Like, why you do that? You should play it off of the hardware, the original hardware. Well, everybody's not capable of doing that. Everybody don't want to pay the money to do that. And plus, playing games, classic games through emulation is so cheap. You can do it yourself for free. If you know how to do it, you can do it yourself for free. But there's people like me also who like hardware to play their retro games on. Analog, this company, they make immaculate products. Another company that I really like is called Retron. You may have seen them at, like, of course you've seen them on Amazon. You may have seen them at a mom and pop game store, Second and Charles, places like that. They make retro consoles, and I love Retron. I bought Retron products, for a long time. I have a Retron 5. I still play to this day, and it plays Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Super Famicom, all those Game Boy, all those console, all those games, software out of that one console. But Analog, Retron is good. Retron is very, very good. Don't get me wrong. Analog is like the Mercedes Benz of making retro, consoles that can play, the software that you have collected over the years. Man, finally got a pocket. But I'm not the biggest handheld gamer. I prefer to sit on the floor or sit on the couch to play my games. But every now and then I do have a Steam Deck. I do have a Steam Deck. Um, but sometimes you're gonna be stuck in a place like you in the airport waiting on a flight. You may be on a bus, or you may be at the car dealership, or at a mechanics, and you're getting your car worked on, and you want to play some games. Not always on your phone. You want to actually play a nice device, and so that's the only time I really handheld game. That's the only time I really do that. But I want to unbox this thing. I want you to understand that this is my first time getting my hands on one of these. This is my first time getting my hands on one of these, so I'm not all that knowledgeable of everything that this thing is capable of. I'm not a professional. I'm just a regular dude who got lucky to actually place an order to get an Analogue Pocket. So let's get started. I hope you enjoyed this video. Without further ado, let's unbox the Analogue Pocket. All right, y'all. So here we have the box. Let's go ahead. Not much going on with the box. It's a nice, I don't know what kind of material this is, but you can tell it's quality, man. It's almost like a suede kind of thing. Elvis would really love this if it was blue, but it's black. That's a little Analogue logo there. There you go. You got the Analogue Pocket limited edition console. This is the transparent version. Now, like I said moments ago, they came out with different versions. They had the black or the white one, which was solid, solid color. They came out with the glow in the dark one, which is the one I really wanted. Of course, the color was green, and it was a glow in the dark green, so it really reminded me of Ectoplasm. Y'all know I'm a Ghostbusters fan. But that sold out ridiculously. Every freaking time Analogue comes out with something, it sells out in like 2 minutes. I kid you not. It sells out in like 2 to 3 minutes. No problem. So let's go ahead and take off the cover. Here we go. Look at that. This is the transparent clear, as you can see. Let's go ahead and remove this. Take this out the box. Careful, Gator, careful. Now they do have different colors. They had a let's see, orange, red, I want to say green, blue, a smoky color, and they have the transparent clear, which I have here. I originally wanted a green one or a blue one, because green and blue are my two favorite colors, but I figured if I actually wanted a chance at getting one of these, I'd probably just go ahead and get the clear one. Because I figured, a few people wanted the actual clear one. I don't have a problem with it being clear, because I always did like clear, transparent consoles. Like I always wanted a transparent N64 when I was a kid. I never got one. But yeah, here's the unit itself. As you can see all the little circuit boards and diodes, if that's a thing, a diode. It's not like Plankton from SpongeBob. Diodes. Also in the box, like I say, they always package their stuff very well. It feels like you're opening an iPhone or something. We have a cable here. I want to say this is probably the cable for charging. Seasoning. I'm gonna put this in my mouth. Don't do that. Yeah, I got the little charge cable here. Got anything else in here? What is this? Like I said, this is my first time getting my hands on this, so we'll learn together. Analogue Pocket Quick Start Guide. I don't know if I should show you guys that, but it shows you, what the buttons on the unit does. And like, got some stickers too. Got a little Analogue sticker. That's their symbol. But yeah, I think that's everything in the box. I don't think there's anything behind that. No. Okay. But yeah, I'm glad I actually got one of these. But just the trouble that you had to go through to get it. Gee whiz, man. Jesus Christ. All right. Analogue Pocket. So let's learn together, folks. Let's learn together. First, let's see if we can take this satisfying plastic off here. All right. Obviously, your cartridges goes here in the back. Got your some shoulder buttons. Rechargeable battery. You know, that's always great. I don't even know if I want to take off this plastic screen protector or not. But I did go into my stash and I got a few games. Let's see. I got out of my collection. I got, like I said earlier. I don't know if you guys remember. This is capable of playing Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. Now there are adapters that you can buy for this too. There are adapters that that'll allow you to play other systems like Sega Game Gear. I want to say Wonder Swan, things like that. Just go to the website, the Analogue website, and you can learn all about that. I am thinking about getting some adapters, but not right now because, you know, I'm broke. But but maybe in the near future. So I got a few games here that I'm going to test on this thing. If the thing has some juice on it, you know, try to get it to see if it'll power on. I got let's see, Super Mario Advance. I got a Game Boy Color game, Micro Machines. These are just random games that I pulled out of my collection there, and of course Super Seed for the OG Game Boy. Let's see, power button. Where's the power button? Maybe I should refer to that little guy that they put in there, right, Gator? Let's see. I'll put it back. But hopefully this does have some juice in it because I would like to, you know, show you a little bit of gameplay. This thing is supposed to, the screen on this is supposed to be so beautiful. And I trust and believe that it will. You already see that it's a bigger screen than a regular Game Boy. Let's see. Press for power, hold for 2 seconds for on off. All right. That's this button here. There we go. We got juice. And welcome to Pocket. This is a nice size too. Oh, a little tutorial. Let's see. All right, press to continue. Press analog for menu. I will tell you something. One downside of this thing being transparent, I can't see the symbols that are that are on the buttons. All right. Okay, which button is the analog button? Because the buttons are see-through. I can't see. Let's see, press analog for menu. I'm pressing all three of these buttons down here and I don't know which button is the analog button. If the buttons actually weren't transparent, I could see the symbols that's supposed to be on top of the buttons. All right. Press for start. That is so weird. Press for select. Okay, it's just telling me what buttons do what. And volume buttons are here on the side, of course. Press the buttons together to mute it. Hold analog and press volume for brightness. So hold that button and press up and down for the brightness. Hold analog and press left right to cycle. Original display modes during gameplay. And quick press power to sleep and awake. That's button there. And hold that button for 2 seconds for on and off. All right. Got the legal information. But yeah, man, like I was saying, these are like well built. They're solid. They don't feel cheap at all. I mean, you could say, hey, getting your money's worth, that's an understatement. Okay, little QR code. Play cartridge. Now, I probably should have, you know, cleaned these cartridges before I tried to play these. But no, we keep it raw here. We keep it rough. We're dirty. There's no cleaning in the Gator's den. If I can Let's see. Let's try a Game Boy Color game first. I'm going to load this in the back. All right, got that. Play cartridge. Error message. Like I said, I probably should have cleaned these cartridges. Let's try Game Boy Advance. All right, quick game. Game's kind of running. All right. There we go. This is the Game Boy Advance game. Beautiful screen. Very beautiful. Nice size. It's bright. All right. I really want to try this OG Game Boy game here. Super C. You can't go wrong with Contra. You just can't. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Or just watch my videos, either or. Opening these Game Boy protective cases aren't easy. All right, here we go. All right, hopefully I don't have to clean this one. Maybe I do. We're about to find out. All right, let's see if it fire up. Or do I have to clean this one too? Now this is an OG Game Boy game, so you know you got the the spinach green. Operation C, baby. Oh yeah. Should have put in the Konami code. It works on this game too. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, B, select start. Oh yeah, man. But like I said, man, you know, I throughout that course of 2 years of hunting for this thing, I play all the Game Boy games through emulation. So it's like, you know, I would be way more excited if I wasn't currently doing that and I got this. Ooh, boy. Okay. But I think in my next video, of course, after tinkering with this console for a while, I'm going to do some detail things and, you know, actually show you what this thing is capable of, because let's see. No, don't quit. Oh, look at the game is still running. Analogue Game Boy Studio. There is so much you can do with this handheld right here. And I want to show you just how awesome Analogue is. Yes, they are a company, they are pricey, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's always worth every penny. Like, I love my Mega SG. I love my Super NT. It's always worth it. You know, let me stop, man, because I can play that. I can play Contra all night long. I really want to play this Game Boy Color game, this Micro Machines. I don't recall ever playing it. Let's see. Quick game. Confirm. I know I have to clean this Micro Machines. I know that's okay. Let's blow into it and see if that'll work. All right. Let's see. There it is. You gotta love old school Nintendo, right? Just go ahead and blow into that cartridge and it'll fire up for you. No problem. I used to love the Micro Machine games on NES. Oh yeah. This is cool. Spider. Chin. Bonnie. Oh yeah, this is just like the NES one with better graphics. So you see, it plays Game Boy Advance, OG Game Boy, and Game Boy Color games all in one console. I do want to get some adapters though to play some other handheld devices. Like I have a whole bunch of Sega Game Gear games in my collection. Oh, I used to love Micro Machines. Of course, this is one of those games that are great when you're playing multiplayer with your friends and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I can tell you right now, Gator ain't going to bed no time soon. God dang it, I'm going to be up all night. But there you have it, folks. This is the Analogue Pocket, the transparent edition. Now, who knows? Right now on the website, it may become available again, maybe in a month or so. They may have another version coming out. I'm not going to say this is the last run of Analogue Pocket devices. I'm not going to say that. But, just stay tuned. Go to Analogue. Go to Analogue's website. You can put in your email information, and they will email you to let you know each and every time they're about to do a release on any of their products. And, that's what I did. That's what I've been doing for the past couple of years. Every time they get ready to release something, I would get an email, and they'll give me a date and time as to when they're planning on putting everything on sale on their website. But the question is, will you be lucky enough to actually get what you're hunting for? That's the thing. These things, they vanish quickly. They vanish so quick. Every time it sells out in like 2 minutes, every freaking time. But yeah, man, I just wanted to unbox this, show you guys what it's all, kind of what it's all about, what you're getting when you take it out of the box. I want to do some detail videos. I guess I can show you guys a little tour of the turn this down a bit. Got your little connections down here at the bottom. Oh, is that a headphone jack? I think that's a headphone jack. That's cool. I like the little light right there. But oh, SD card. Oh, you can play ROMs on here. You can play ROMs. I wonder if I take my SD card out of my Steam Deck and put it in here. Oh my God. I'm going to try that. But look, let me stop. My time's running out. But I want to say my next video is going to be a more detailed thing of, what this is capable of. Because I really want to explore this and really get into it and share it with you guys. But once again, man, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. I usually don't make videos this long. But I got a little time on my hands. I'm off from my job until the weekend hits. Another thing I want to say about this is a FPGA device, which means it plays the games directly from the cartridge. Unlike some retro consoles out there, it takes the information from the cartridge, dumps it to the system, and it plays it like that. It's almost like it's unlocking, the cartridge. It's weird. But in a future video, I want to go into detail about this and show you what it's capable of, show you everything that you can do, because Analogue always jam-packs so much things you can do with their hardware and their products. They always do. This does way more than just play cartridges, and I want to get into that with y'all. I want to share it with you. But thank you so much for sharing your time with me. As always, Gator loves you. Go ahead and help your boy out, man. I have a goal. My goal is to hit 3K before Thanksgiving. So come on, Gator Gang. I think we can do it. Let's do it. If you're watching this video and you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that sub button. Drop your boy a like and tune in next time. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Gator loves you. As always, take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Be safe out there. Stay healthy. Keep your head up, y'all. It's a tough world out there. But hey, you spent some time with me. I appreciate it. You put a smile on my face just by doing that. And I hope I put a smile on you guys' faces. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I should say morning because I'm actually filming this after midnight. But I hope this week is fair to you. Tackle each and every challenge that comes your way. But stay clear of danger. All right, keep your heads up, y'all. Tune in next time. Hit that notification bell for future videos. And I'll see you next time. Good night.